Hello everyone, it's Makeda Voletta, also known as TheBodyScientist, and I hope that you all are in good spirits. If you don't know who I am, or you're not familiar with me, I have a background in exercise and sports science and nutrition science, and I have dedicated my life to studying all the ways that we can take all the ways we can take our body to its highest level. And so I'm a nutritionist, but I have a holistic approach to everything I do. That's fitness, that's nutrition. And I always talk about the graduate program that I was in for nutrition, where it was the only program in the country that didn't take money from the food industry, okay? So a lot of what I do, a lot of the educating that I do is to educate people how to understand, what it is that you're being told, what it is you need to do, what it is, trying to understand this food, because the food industry is extremely tricky. And so, okay, now that sorry, the camera. Now that that is explained, okay, I want to do a video today talking about vitamin A, okay? You've been hearing me talk about vitamin D a lot and the role that it plays in our immune system. Vitamin D plays a lot of roles in our body besides calcium. A lot of people think of vitamin D, they think of calcium. Oh, by the way, I am live on IG on my page at _body_scientist, and I'm recording this on a separate camera to post on my YouTube page, TheBodyScientist81. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you follow me on IG. And if you're on IG, make sure you follow me on YouTube, okay? Anyhow, I've been doing a lot of talking lately about vitamin D and the role that it plays in our immune system. This whole coronavirus outbreak has a lot of people concerned with their health, which they should be, and they should have been prior to that. For me, I've always been focused on building up my immune system, my defenses, and that includes what I've washed with, what I wash with and what I put on my skin, because again, our skin is our largest organ, and our skin is also a part of our immune system. In terms of, it's our first line of defense against what comes into our body, okay? So all of that matters to me, and I really believe in traditional foods, okay? I really believe in doing things that has shown to work throughout generations. So there's a lot of debate now about what we should be eating and what's healthy. People want to be raw vegans and vegetarians, but we already know it works, because it's not true that people now are living longer than we've ever lived before. That's not true. We are sicker than we've ever been before. And there's a lot of wisdom in previous generations who have lived longer, okay? Now, a side note to that, I just noticed some of you may not know this Layla Africa dude, right? There's this dude named Layla Africa. He passed away. May he rest in peace. But I will say that I've always thought that dude was a fraud, the same way that I thought Sebi was a fraud, okay? And I did a video on why I think Sebi is a fraud, and I break it down, okay? But the one thing that I will say, both of them died pretty young. Layla Africa died at 74, which is really, really young, okay? A lot of people live longer than that. And Sebi died at like 82. That's also very young. There are a lot of people, even in the United States, who live longer than that, okay? I've seen people recently posting pictures of grandparents and great-grandparents who's 102 and 103 in Harlem, okay? So, and definitely in Honduras, there are people living longer than 82 and who are strong and fit. So to me, what we can learn about seeing that Sebi and Layla Africa, Sebi died of pneumonia. Only people with super compromised immune systems die of pneumonia. Okay, so if you die of pneumonia, you are already really weak. And that's what happens when you starve yourself to death, okay? And then the Layla Africa dude, 74, that's really not that old. So if you know so much about how to be so healthy, then why are you dying so young, okay? There are generations prior to us, and that's in America, in the Caribbean, in Europe, in Asia, where people lived way longer. Oh, hold on a minute. Somebody's calling me. Sorry. Where people live way longer than 74, 82. Okay? So, all right. so this is the thing. I've always been talking about how important animal fats are. I have never been a vegan. I have never been a vegetarian. And I have never recommended that anybody do that. I don't care what you're fighting. I don't care if you're fighting fibroids, you're fighting this, you're fighting that. I never suggest becoming a vegan or a vegetarian, okay? I've had several clients who I've had to revive out of veganism, okay? Men with man titties and erection problems. Women that used to have an ass and no longer do, and their metabolism is fucked up. I have seen, women, have sons that have issues, from being on a vegan diet, okay? So, no. Now, so today I want to talk about the vitamin A. I want to talk about, hey people, I'm going to talk about the role that vitamin A plays in our immune system. Now, really, I probably should have done a video about vitamin A and vitamin D together. Hold on 1 second on Instagram. Somebody's texting me and I have to answer it. Hold on a minute. Give me 1 second, IG. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so sorry, IG. Sorry for YouTube. Somebody was texting me and I had to take that. Okay. So I should have done a video on vitamin A and vitamin D together, but instead I did a couple of videos on vitamin D that you should take a look at, okay? Because what I'm going to say is, I'm a science nerd, especially when it comes to the body, but with this virus, this coronavirus, I don't think that it is. Sorry, I just got distracted from something that was in my mind. I think one of the ways that it is so able to harm so many people, because a lot of people say, oh, it's just like a flu or a cold. It's not like a flu or a cold, okay? The coronavirus is way more destructive. And there are a lot of young people who are getting sick. It's not just old people. And the people who recover from it, a lot of them have holes in their lungs and 30% reduced breathing capacity. So you do not want that infection. But your first line of defense, okay, your first line of defense against infectious disease is the probiotics, your microbiome, which I constantly talk about, okay, super critically important, your microbiome, okay, you do not want to use artificial bacterial stuff. That stuff destroys your microbiome, weakens your immune system. So that's number one. Number two is the foods you eat. Having enough vitamin A and vitamin D, which only occur in animal fats, okay? Vitamins A and vitamin D you can absolutely not get from plants. Now, vitamin D, there's tons of research on the role that it plays in activating our immune system. So yes, there are lots of herbs that you can use to assist your immune system. But the backbone of your immune system, the whole structure and foundation comes from what you're eating, okay? And so, liver. Everybody in the world, a lot of younger people, like my age, like I think people that's like maybe 60 and younger, a lot of people don't like liver, right? But liver is one of the best sources of vitamin A and D, especially chicken livers. If you're eating liver from cattle, it's very high in vitamin A, not necessarily vitamin D. But if you go outside and get tons of sun and do other things to get vitamin D, you can balance that out. Vitamin A needs vitamin D, okay? Vitamin A needs vitamin D. They work together. So that's the reason why you also don't want to take vitamin D by itself. And I always say that. I see a lot of people with vitamin D pills. No. You need vitamin A and D. So ghee and grass-fed butter is an excellent source of that. You have lard, okay? Also excellent source of vitamin D. Egg yolks. Good source of vitamin A's and D, okay? So now let me look at my notes so I can go through some things with vitamin A. Because vitamin A plays a huge role in our immune system and in our eyes. I have another video about vitamin A and eyesight, and I'll post it below on this YouTube video. But it also plays a huge role in our immune system and other things, such as vitamin A plays a role in vaginal dryness, okay? So women who are having vaginal dryness issues could very likely have a vitamin A deficiency. So let me just go through my notes so I can make sure I say everything I want to say about this. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, vitamin A. You cannot make thyroid hormones without vitamin A, okay? And your thyroid controls a lot, including your metabolism. And there are studies that were done with mothers eating liver versus taking supplements. And what they found was that the mother who was taking vitamin A and supplements was shown to have, there were birth defects that, there was not birth defects, sorry, there was a chemical form of vitamin A found in them that causes birth defects. So you want to get vitamin A from nature. You want to get all your vitamins from nature. I have a video talking about being careful about nutritional supplements. I have another video recommending the few supplements I recommend and why. And then when I work with clients, I also recommend things if necessary. But you always want to try to get your food, your nutrients from your food as close to that source as possible. Because chemical forms of these vitamins are toxic, and it's not the same. So if you just go to the vitamin store thinking, oh, I'm going to buy some vitamin D and some iron, and you don't know what you're doing, you could be doing yourself a lot of harm, okay? This is like, one of the reasons why it's critical for pregnant women to eat liver. It's like one of the most important foods. Also, when a mother eats liver, when a fetus or a baby is exposed to enough vitamin A in the womb, that baby has the ability to produce more immune cells. Okay, so our immune system has a lot to do with the vitamin A that was in our mother's womb. Okay, our mother's diet. So our health has a lot to do with the diet of our mother, our father, and our grandparents. But the mother is especially important since she grows us in her womb. But the man also matters. And also, babies and fetuses who are exposed to enough vitamin A in the womb have more nephrons in their kidneys. So they have healthier kidneys as well, stronger immune system, and they are more well built, okay? They reach their full genetic potential, they're taller, their bones are stronger, their structure is more even, okay? But vitamin A deficiency, just like vitamin D deficiencies, is one of the most common deficiencies in the entire world. Because again, all the foods that are high in vitamin A and D, grass-fed butter, pasture eggs, lard, shellfish, are all shunned as being too high in cholesterol and being unhealthy foods, which is not true. And so the highest percentage of vitamin A is found in the eyeballs. So I have friends from Jamaica and Haiti who grew up eating eyeball soup, fish head soup, and they would eat the eyeballs, and none of them wore glasses, okay? And I remember learning about this in nutritional biochemistry, how true vitamin A is called retinol, okay? Retinol, which sounds like retina, and it's stored behind our eyeballs. And there are stories of Native Americans finding white people going blind in the woods, colonizers, and giving them deer eyeballs or eyeballs of other animals to help them get their eyesight back, okay? So after eyeballs, the second most potent source of vitamin A is liver, okay? Oh, sorry, people keep calling me. Liver is the second highest source of vitamin A. Also, egg yolks is a very good source for pasture egg yolks, not eggs from the regular commercial food industry, but from the farmers markets, from the farms, pasture eggs, very good source of vitamin A, along with iron and B vitamins and essential fats and proteins and everything else, right? And then vitamin A is the number one vitamin for dealing with toxins, okay? Ooh, hold on. Vitamin A is the number one vitamin for dealing with toxins. And that's whether it is DDT, dioxins, EMF, mold. Vitamin A neutralizes toxins in your body, okay? And vitamin A protects the eyes, the ears, and is necessary for neurological function, and it protects us against infection, okay? Vitamin A is critical for protecting us against infection and also critical for fetal development, as I was speaking to you about. So a lot of our health and our immune system starts in the womb, okay? It starts with what our parents ate, what our grandparents ate, what we ate when we were little. A lot of people now didn't eat good food. Even up with my generation, I was born in the 80s, a lot of people ate a lot of processed food, but our parents didn't eat that. So, when you have generations of people eating stuff, then you really will see depletion. And that's why a lot of young people now are so unhealthy. So unhealthy. So I'm not surprised that so many young people are getting sick with the coronavirus, because a lot of young people are really nutrient deficient. And when you're nutrient deficient, it opens you up to all kinds of infections. All kinds of problems, degenerative diseases, genetic diseases, infectious diseases. That when you have poor nutrition, opens you up to that. People don't understand how important nutrition is. It's about nutrients. Do you have enough vitamin A, enough vitamin D, enough vitamin E, enough vitamin K, enough omega-3 fats, the right balance of saturated fats? Do you have those things? They all play a role in our metabolism and keeping us healthy. Also, butter and cream from grass-fed cows, also excellent source of vitamin A and vitamin D. And so I consume a lot of raw milk, raw cream. I get my eggs from the farm, egg yolks, and like I might make a shake. Like this morning, I made a shake with raw milk. I put kefir in it, which is kind of like yogurt. It's a fermented milk. And the bacteria, raw milk is not the same as regular pasteurized, homogenized milk from the commercial food industry. It's something totally different. And I'll post my videos about that below on this YouTube page. But I definitely consume shakes with raw milk, kefir. I'll put some fruit in it. I'll put an egg yolk in it. That's a lot of vitamin A and vitamin D. I'll take my cod liver oil, and then also lard and pork fat is an excellent source of vitamin D. And it's so funny because you see a lot of people who eat pork live a long time, okay? Of course, you want to get it off in the commercial food industry. That goes without saying. Vitamin A must be in the milk, or you will not absorb the minerals from the milk. So that's another issue with buying like commercial milks from the stores, is that or you're buying non-fat milk. You need the fat to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins, which is vitamins A and D, which naturally occur in the milk. But if you buy skim milk or low-fat milk and they remove the fat, then they add back in the vitamins, artificial vitamins, and it's not the same chemical form, and you don't have the fat to absorb it. Vitamin A needs vitamin D, so these are all important. That's why you want to have real foods from the source and not all this processed crap, okay? Also, even up to the Second World War in America, doctors, everybody recommended that people consume cod liver oil every day, okay? And they ate liver once a week. And or if they didn't eat liver, they ate stuff like scrapple. Scrapple is from Pennsylvania. A lot of people don't know what that is. It's like a bunch of organ meats. Or they might have had, there was liver in the hot dogs and the sausages and stuff like that. So there's liverwurst. So liver was definitely a popular food in the United States. And I'm sure it was popular in other countries and cultures too. So wherever you're from in the world, if you grew up eating liver and your people grew up eating liver, definitely please write that below on my YouTube video. And we probably need more vitamin A than our ancestors. Our ancestors ate way more vitamin A than we do, okay? If you think about all the organ meats that people ate, like I said, I have a lot of Jamaican and Haitian friends that ate fish head soup and they ate the eyeballs. That's the organ. I go to Peruvian restaurants, I see hearts on the menu. I go to Mexican restaurants, I see tongues on the menu. My mom just told me they used to make kidney pie when she was growing up. My mom is from Western Pennsylvania. She also grew up eating liver. Like, people ate the organs. And all of the, girl, I never knew you were Jamaican and Haitian. I never knew that. But people all over the world, whether it's Europe, Asia, America, the Caribbean, people ate the organ meats, okay? That's what all the nutrition is. So signs of a vitamin A deficiency. Signs of a vitamin A deficiency is skin problems. People that have skin problems, if you have weird bumps and acne and all these skin issues, that's a sign of a vitamin A deficiency, and also a messed up microbiome in your gut. Also, if you get sick a lot, okay, another sign of a vitamin A deficiency. People who are always getting colds and everything. High infant mortality rate is also linked to vitamin A deficiency. Blindness, stunted growth. So a lot of people are not growing to their full potential. They should be taller, but if you don't have enough vitamin A, you will not grow to your full potential. Irregular periods can also be a sign of a vitamin A deficiency, and vaginal dryness. Okay, vaginal dryness is also a sign of a vitamin A deficiency because vitamin A plays a role in producing the mucus in our body, and mucus actually is something that protects us. It has antimicrobial properties, especially when you have a diet high in vitamin A. So if you're like in the wintertime, you go outside and your nose runs a little bit, it's actually protective to help flush out your nose for any viruses or anything that might be trying to cling on. So when people start to have like really dry eyes and really dry vagina and all that stuff, that is linked to a vitamin A deficiency as well. Irregular periods, like I said, you also need vitamin A to digest protein. So this is another reason why you don't want to have a lot of people have high protein, low fat foods in meals. That's not good. Okay. And vitamin A is present in the animals who have a source of carotenes. So the animals that eat grass, the animals that eat insects, and the animals that eat fish meal, they'll be high in vitamin A. Hold on, let me see what else I want to say about vitamin A. Okay, let me go over here. I have so many notes, but some of these are going to go for my Patreon classes. So vitamin A supports our innate immune system, right? And our innate immune system is if we're exposed to a new infection or a new bacteria or virus that we've never been exposed to before, vitamin A helps to recognize it, identify it, and destroy it. Is one of the most important nutrients. Vitamin A and D for fighting off infections and microbes and invasions. Vitamin A. Maybe I said this. It helps to heal your gut. 70% of your gut is in your immune system. Sorry, so many people are texting me. Vitamin A helps to heal your gut, and your gut is a part of your immune system. 70% of your immune system is in your gut with the good bacteria. And let me see. Vitamin A also helps to modulate the immune system, and it helps it from being overreactive, which is an issue that people with autoimmune diseases have overactive and overreactive immune systems. So vitamin A helps to calm that down and modulate that. So people with autoimmune issues definitely need a lot of vitamin A and D, okay? And yeah, so I think I said what I needed to say about vitamin A right now. I'm going to be doing more on my Patreon page. I'm trying to, now that we're all quarantined, I'm really trying to get that done so I can launch that page where I will be going more into depth about stuff. How much vitamin A you need, how to know if you have enough vitamin A, all of those things, and with other vitamins. So if you learned something from this video, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my YouTube page, TheBodyScientist81. Check out my other videos that I post below. And take care of yourself, people. It's not a game, okay? A lot of people's health is going to be tested right now. And you need to understand, how to build yourself up properly. So I'm trying to help for those of you who actually want the information and care. For any of you who may have, family members or grew up eating liver, please post that below on this YouTube video. It's time to share, okay? Have a good day, people, and take care. Bye-bye.